My new employer is trying to play games with my pay. My new employer is trying to play games with my paycheck. I was hired as a social media manager for a popular cosmetic dentist. My offer was $5,000 monthly salary, but I'd be paid bi-weekly. My first few days I asked when I'd be doing any kind of legal paperwork. He told me I could be W-2 or contract. I request W-2. 2 weeks roll by and there's no word of when I'll be signing papers. Other red flags pop up and I decide this job isn't worth it, as I'm spending $75 a week in gas and almost the same in tolls. They're now requesting I bring the work phone back, which has all the content videos on there. I told them I have zero issue going to drop it off, but I need my full paycheck as I worked a full 2 weeks. The dentist is handing this off to the front desk and making it their issue. They're claiming we didn't agree on that salary, but she can't tell me what it is. I sent back my offer email stating the exact amount. Now she says they're trying to figure out how much to pay me because I wasn't there every day, but I absolutely was there every single day. They had no way of tracking my hours. I was also coming home and working more. Not to mention it shouldn't matter how many hours specifically, as I was hired salary. Although it was over 40 hours a week I put in. They're making this quite difficult. How do I even go about getting my full check? I don't feel comfortable returning the work phone until I get paid. What would you do? Go to the labor board. Your best bet is the labor board. Keep anything in writing, such as the email with the pay rate. Do you have the job ad? And does it list any details to corroborate your story, such as work hours? Screenshot any work texts. In the future, always get something in writing or a document from the employer stating your rate of pay, work hours, and work location, if they required you to come in the office or work certain hours. This will likely make it a W-2 job and they will face penalties without the proper paperwork. I would send the phone back via mail, certified and insured, requiring signature. I'm no lawyer, but I believe they can legally hold your check if you fail to return property. Sorry this happened to you. Good luck. Back up the content you created onto your personal computer. Erase it from the phone and return it. Get a receipt for returning the phone. If they want that content, they can't very well claim that you never worked for them. If you were an employee, W-2, then they likely own the content as work product, but then you get to file a wage claim with the state for the time you worked. In some states they may owe additional damages for each day they are late paying you. Your toll timestamps will help you show that you were traveling to their office for those 2 weeks. The content you created should also show that you were doing work for specifically for them. Keep a copy of that in case you need it. On the other hand, if you were a contractor, $1,099, then you own the content until they purchase it from you. Charge what you feel is fair to you and be sure to get payment up front. Unfortunately, I can't back up my content. They've shut down the iPhone and I cannot get into it. So they get to keep my work and I cannot delete it. I don't want to keep the phone by any means, I just feel like it's my only leverage to get my money. $2,300 is a lot of money to just throw down the drain. Plus the several hundred I've already spent between gas and tolls. They likely never added you to their payroll system, so doing that now makes no sense to them. Offer to send an invoice for the 2 weeks and let them 1099 you instead. Seems like a golden opportunity to drag their ass on social media. $5,000, 12 months equals $60,000. $60,000 per 2080 hours in a year equals $28.85 per hour. Times that by the exact number of hours you worked. Tell them when you get that amount in pay you will be in to collect it and return the phone. Go to their bank where it is drawn and cash there in person. Do not deposit it in your account. Cash at their bank. Get it before they can call in a stop payment. Labor board and lesson learned. Not a single hour of work without a signed agreement that goes over your start date, pay rate, full or part-time, and additional considerations. Put it out on their social media, lol. 1. Is this the US? 2. Did they also not have you fill out an I-9? If no, report them to the doll and ICE. Google Maps timeline can prove you were there. You mentioned tolls going to and from work, so that sort of documents transit. Also, your phone's travel history will show you were there during working hours. Also, go to the Better Business Bureau in addition to all the other recommendations. Labor board action. Now, I would make a post on their account on how they are looking for a social media manager that is willing to work for free, rolling on the floor laughing. Try the Workforce Commission in your state if US. That's your phone till you're paid for it. Job isn't worth as I'm spending $75 a week in gas and almost the same in tolls. People really don't value travel time. So your offer was for $60K a year. Alright, you worked 2 weeks on salary, and that salary is $60K. Divide 60 24ths and that is $2,500 gross pay for this period. If the check says anything other than that as gross pay, then they are screwing you. If they don't withhold taxes and FICA, then they are screwing you. Tell them you will take $4,000 cash if they don't want to mess with it, and they can process you as a contract worker. But remember, you have to pay your income tax, state tax, and 15% for FICA to the government. You should pay around 18% federal taxes plus state taxes plus 15% for FICA. That means of that $4K, you will keep around $2,480, assuming 5% sales tax. All other you better save for tax time. Sorry you're going through this. For anyone else reading this, always make sure to sign an actual contract, employment form which includes all forms of payment and benefits. Don't ever just wait for it to get sorted out. Doesn't that phone in your own phone track exactly where you were? Take it to small claims, subpoena everyone and everything.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.